Hey everybody, what's up? Truck House here, and I got myself a 1978 Chevy K10 about 6 months ago, and I kind of want to give a quick rundown on it, and then hopefully this video would kind of serve as a before and after. I already made a couple modifications here and there, but I've just kind of been driving it every day, sort of just to get a feel for it and see what I want to do. So I'm going to start this off with the interior stuff just because it's the most evident to me personally, but I'm going to take all these super old plastic panels out, and I'm going to CNC some wood ones and kind of replace the whole thing, replace the hardware here with the window cranks, maybe replace this if I can find a replacement for it. I have a extreme adversity to chrome. I don't like chrome at all. Change my little door locks out. I'm not even sure why these are here because there's no speaker behind them. Maybe originally there were tweeters, or that's just some aftermarket thing I don't know about. The coin pouch is fun, but it's silly looking, so I'll probably get rid of that too when I redesign the panel. And then also I think it's really silly to have this super modern, like aggressive looking speaker cover on a 78. It just doesn't even make sense. So yeah, that's kind of it for the door. Coming inside the truck, there's the bench seat that has this silly looking dated seat cover of sorts. It doesn't like to stay on very well. I'm not sure if that's just because I need to like reattach it, or if it's just that it's a crappy seat cover, but I'd like to replace it with leather, or get one of those like Carhartt seat covers. I think that would look really nice. Should probably replace the seat belts. They're getting a little frayed. Figure that might not be safe, or maybe be safer. Who knows? I'm gonna take all the carpet out, replace it with truck bed liner, so that I can have a hosable, washable floor instead of this, which is just like constantly dirty. This plastic panel in the dash was missing when I got it, so I'd like to replace that. I'll also replace the whole dash eventually. It's about like $250 though, so I'm gonna wait on that. Most everything works in this truck, which is kind of nice. I'll do wood paneling for this. The whole gauge console area had the plastic thing in here when I got it. I took it out because I was fiddling with the stereo, and I just never bothered to put it back in because I want to replace it. I want to do custom knobs on my shifter, and I'll replace the steering wheel with a wood one that I think I'm going to design and CNC myself. What else are we looking at? I'm gonna build my own slip covers for these pedals, which sounds ridiculous, but I think they'll actually look really cool. That should be fun. I love my headlight switch. That's pretty cool. And then on top of that, the bright switch is here on the floor, so you just hit it with your foot. Only last couple things in here seem relevant is I want to take out that mirror and put in a full width wink mirror, and then I'll probably just get rid of these, which I don't know what the legality is on that, because like technically I'll have mirrors, but they won't be on the outside of my vehicle, so I gotta look up the NRS on that and make sure I don't get into too much trouble. And then back I got this nifty little aftermarket case thing for storing stuff, which is cool. I don't ever keep anything in it, so I might start using that eventually. Got some zip ties back there, that's important, in the manual. Chilton or Haynes or something like that. Probably replace that little dome light eventually. I put an LED bulb in here, I think. Or maybe I didn't. Nope, I got the old school bulb in there still. Might swap that out, because I swapped all the other lights on the vehicle out to LED. Now for the exterior, this is the part I love about this thing. It's a big old square nose. It's still flat in the front. I think it was in like 80 or 81. or something like that, they start sloping the nose down so that that comes down. You don't have that cool square front on it, which I love. I think that's awesome. Still got the round headlights. I replaced those with some HID, LED. I don't really know what they were anymore, but I think I can find the parts link online and post them in the comments if you guys want to check them out. They look pretty cool. In the daylight, you can't really even tell that they're on, but I like them. I have an Adversity Chrome, so I'm definitely going to take this front bumper off, replace it with something custom that I'll just weld up on my own. And then I'm going to take the grill out and paint it with probably some rust inhibitor. Eastwood makes a rust inhibitor that's like rubberized and texturized. It looks really good. That's what I used on these drip rails. That was about 6 months ago, and as you can see, they're looking all right. Still pretty smooth. Oh, I got a little something right there. So you got to touch them up every once in a while. All these, you know, blinkers and turn signals and running lights and stuff, those are all LED. I swapped those over. I didn't have any problem as far as like it needing the right voltage or whatever. My only issue was just that I accidentally put the wrong style bulb. There's the type with the 2 connectors and the 1 connector, and I bought the wrong style, so then all my headlights or all my blinker lights were going crazy for a little while. Obviously you can tell the paint's not in good condition, and that's my favorite thing about this truck. I really like that. So yeah, not painting this thing anytime soon. I took all the whatever this is called, these strips of chintzy plastic chrome off, and I think I might replace them with wood, which is kind of ridiculous, but I think it could be cool. Maybe something really dark. I can seeing them out. The only part that's a little difficult would be this corner. Either I just do it thin enough so that I can just wrap it around, or steam bend them, which I've never done wood steam bending, so that could be a really bad idea. I want to flip my handle, get rid of this busted ass one, and just do a relocate onto the other side of the tailgate, and then I want to weld a panel over this whole white section, and then put my own name on it instead of Chevrolet. Custom rear bumper, I want to swap that out. I put these little moon discs on my wheels because I thought they looked good. I didn't really have money to go buy some like fancy black wheels, so I think it was like 50 bucks on Summit Racing, and they pop right in. I had to paint them. They came in chrome, but they're holding up fine. They're getting a little bit pitted, but this car isn't supposed to look super premium. I'm gonna get the door handles painted, gas caps I replaced with locking gas caps because it seems like I have a fuel leak of some type. This bed panel has been replaced, but everything else I think is original. The tailgate might be. The tailgates probably came with the bed panel, so this got in a wreck before, I think. Nothing of note really on the inside. That right there is a spare tire mount that I welded in. I just don't have it on right now. That works all right. I need to throw some Loctite on it so that it can't rattle at all. I guess we can go under the hood now. Nothing too special here. This is a stock drivetrain. It's pretty boring. Chevy 350 motor. It's been treating me okay. She drips a little bit. I got a Edelbrock carburetor that the last guy put on here. It's just the stock. I think it's like a 1401 or something like that. That's been fine. Everything about this drivetrain wise has been so simple. It's great. Like my alternator failed about a month ago. I think it cost me 60 bucks to replace, and I replaced it in the parking lot with basic hand tools, so that was pretty cool. The AC is not hooked up right now. It wasn't hooked up when I bought it, so I'm kind of scared to hook it back up, but I'd imagine if I just put some hours into it and a little bit of time, I could get it running again. I don't really need it particularly right now, being that it's January, but I'd like to have it come summertime. Trying to think if there's anything else particularly. I hot seed the whole engine bay out a couple weeks ago, so it's decently clean. This is about as clean as it gets. Someday, if this motor fails, I'd like to do a diesel conversion on this, but that's pretty in-depth. Standard Dana 44 axle. You're not really going to be able to see that, it's going to be underexposed. But there's nothing really exciting. Regular 350 Chevy small block down to a torque, what's that called? TH350, and then a Dana 241 maybe? Dana 20? I can't remember what my transfer case is right now, but it's a stock one. It's a chain drive. Everything's been working pretty good on this. It shifts a little rough sometimes, and also when I first start up the truck, it hesitates a little bit to go into reverse. Sometimes I have to give it a little throttle and it slops in, but it's a good truck. Comments, feedbacks, any thoughts on things I should do to it, or advice or input, I'd love to hear it. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a nice day.